Hi guys, so you would have heard by now that Suzuki is back in Malaysia, and the custodian brand this time around is Naza. Yeah, that's right. Talks have been going on since 2020, March 2020, so it's about a year since we first heard the rumors that Naza was going to take on the Suzuki distributorship. So right now, the Suzuki Swift Sport that you see in front of me is the first car that will be launched in Malaysia. This is the only variant that is available in Malaysia. So you are looking at the 1.4 litre booster jet. The regular Swift may or may not come into Malaysia, but we'll know at a later date. But for now, look at that interior. So you don't get a manual transmission. Naza said that the Swift Sport is exclusively available with a 6-speed automatic transmission. So I consider that an upgrade over the older CVT transmission. So this is good. So let me walk you around the car. So this is one of 4 colors available. You have yellow, there's also blue, white and red. You have up front LED projector headlights with LED daytime running lights. You got halogen fog lights. This carbon fiber trim that you see here, it's fake carbon fiber, of course, just like the second gen Myvi, and another carbon fiber lip down here. Let me show you the front 3/4. That is how it looks. I kind of like the way this guy looks. It's pretty modern, but this is the 2017 model, so it is a 1.4 litre turbo and non-hybrid. That's right. So I think that is good news, but you know, we're getting old car lah. That's one thing for you to consider. 16-inch dual-tone wheels. The profile is a bit weird. So it's 195/50 16. So 16-inch wheels with Yokohama Advan tires. As for the profile, I kind of like the way it looks here. So it's kind of it's like the B pillars and the C pillars are hidden, so it looks kind of sleek, and the roof is like gives this floating effect because of the black A pillars right here, and then the hidden door handles that blend into the C pillar. So that's kind of nice. And over to the rear quarters. So key features I want to point out is that it has this integrated spoiler with a third brake light. You have a rear wiper, of course, the badges, and there we go. Dual exhaust. These are real exhaust pipes, but it has like sleeves. So the outer one is the sleeve, and then the exhaust, the real one, is on the inside, and you can look. It's real, guys. And of course, this is carbon fiber print lah, yeah. At the back, you have 4 rear sensors, and let's check out the front. Yeah, no front parking sensors. Also, if I haven't shown you the keyless entry system, this is the old type button press, and you have more carbon fiber down here. Okay, let's show you the interior, and this is how it looks. In terms of the seats, it is all fabric, and you have various pattern here, so it looks kind of sporty, and well, it has a sport lettering here as well as red stitching. The doors have also this red to black gradient, or black to red rather, and auto window is only for the driver's side, which is a shame. The rest are all, well, you gotta press to hold. This is the steering wheel. It is a flat bottom type and leather wrapped, of course, so I think the design of the wheel is nice itself. You have the buttons here for your cruise control. This is passive, so it doesn't have any of the adaptive cruise control and whatnot. This is the volume button and the mode. Pretty alright. This is for your call function, your Bluetooth and all. And that is how the instrument cluster looks. So it's fully analog with one multi-info display in the middle with color function. So that's nice. You have your push start button here, and your parking sensors right there. Check this out. This is your old school flippity flappity type of rear view mirror. No electrochromic, and the lighting in the cabin is all halogen. In the middle, you get this touchscreen display. It is okay. I wouldn't say that it's very responsive. Let me give you a closer look. So it does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, although you have to plug it via this USB port down here. It's a USB Type A, and next to it is an auxiliary jack if you want to put in like an MP3 player, whatnot. Next to it is a 12-volt socket, and you have some space here, including 2 cubbies. And since the car key is here, I'll go show you the car key. That's how it looks like. No Suzuki Swift branding. It's just a very generic looking thing. Yeah. And right here is the gear shifter. It feels all right. But the good thing is, well, the bad thing is it doesn't have Tiptronic function, but it has paddle shifters, so that's at least something going for you. And a typical handbrake, no foot brake, no electronic parking brake, just that. For aircon, it is single zone climate control. Other things I should point out is this red and black trim over here. So you've got one here, another one on the dashboard, and another one on the passenger side. And if you look at the door design itself, I think it looks kind of bland lah. But could be worse. I digress. Anyway, as I sit here in the seat, I feel like the cushion and the padding is pretty decent lah. So I think this would make for a nice driver's car. But yeah, and oh, look at this, more red and black trim. Okay, before I go to the back seat, I want to show you guys something. Check out how much headroom I have. It's insane, like how tall of a person you are to completely hit the roof. I just thought that is a fun observation. Anyway, let's move to the back seat. Again, door handle works like this. Open the door. At the back, I have to say, as a B segment compact hatchback, it is okay. It's not best in class. I mean, the Myvi clearly excels in this department and puts others to shame. And the Swift is also not a... it doesn't compete favorably in terms of space lah, yeah? And funny thing is, the headroom for the rear passenger is less than what the driver and the front passenger get. And the leg room is so-so. It's not very impressive. And speaking of which, if you sit like this, you're not gonna get like enough thigh support. But I think as a hatchback, it's okay. So there are no air vents here in the middle. You don't have an armrest even for the driver. Nothing here. Again, this is a very generic Japanese B segment car. So yeah, it's really nothing to write home about in this department. The boot release is actually down here. It's a button type, so that's how it looks. It's not powered, of course, so you've got to manually close it like, yeah? Just like that. Oh, before we close, the boot space here, just under 300 liters. And then if you fold the rear seats, which fold in a 60/40 style, you get about just under 600 liters. Now, under the boot floor, you will find a space saver spare tire and the tools that you need. But that is about it. Not much else. You have a hook right here for you to hang your groceries. This is, I think, the jack. Yeah, there we go. That's where the jack is. And last but not least, the lighting. This is halogen. So yeah, that is it. So let's close the boot. Now, we do get a little bit of time to test drive it, so let's go for a spin. Before I tell you how I feel about the car, it's really nothing that I can assess because we're in the Naza Automall compound, so we're just driving in a car park. But very quick facts: 1.4 liter booster jet engine, 4-cylinder turbocharged, of course. So it makes 140 PS or 140 horsepower and then 230 Newton meters of torque. So all that power gets sent through the front wheels through a 6-speed automatic transmission. No all-wheel drive, but you don't need it, whatever. Again, this is an upgrade over the old CVT. And as first impressions go, I think in terms of straight up acceleration and throttle response, the older car may feel a little bit more direct. And in my very brief 2-minute drive here, I think the steering wheel feels, I mean, it's light for you to use when you're driving in car parks like this, but also it lacks feedback. So it's not the driver-focused, driver-centric, fun-to-drive hatchback that it once was, but it definitely is more powerful. To show you how powerful it is, let's do a standstill launch right here. 3, 2, 1. That's all right. 0 to 50 in first gear. Really good stuff. And I think the gear shift characteristic is also pretty smooth now. All this to say, I cannot wait to drive this car. Unfortunately, you don't get a manual transmission, so a 6-speed auto is all you get. And for pricing, it starts from, or the estimated price range at least, is 145,000 ringgit, and it is fully imported from Japan. Again, this is based on the 2017 model, so not the latest facelifted one with the hybrid powertrain. But for those of you who have been waiting for the Suzuki Swift Sport, it is finally here. Go check it out. The one thing I do have to point out is that it is only available here in PJ. So if you want to check out the Suzuki brand and whatever cars that they will launch right now, that is immediately after you watch this video, the only place that you can go to is Naza Automall PJ, because this is the single sole branch, and other dealers may open up, you know, later in the future. And there are also other plans to bring in other models, which I'm not allowed to say, but in the second half of the year, I think you know what car. If you've been following paultan.org, you will know what car that is coming next. And before I wrap up, Naza also said that they have plans to open a dealership in Penang and Johor in the second half of the year. And for now, all the Suzuki models that Naza will bring in, or at least Naza Eastern Motors will bring in, will be CBU. So they are in the CBU business right now. Moving forward, no plans for CKD because it's just too costly, and it's to commit to that is going to take a lot of money. So CBU models for now, Suzuki, just like all the other brands that they carry under their wing. So yeah, that is it for this quick, very casual walk around. What do you think of the video, or what do you think of the car and its resurgence here back in Malaysia under Naza? So comment below. Catch you then. See you in the next video. Bye bye.